everyone, editing Corinne here. As you may have noticed, We Don't Watch Movies went on a pretty long hiatus. In fact, our last upload was way back in January 2023, so nearly a year and a half ago. And the last time we actually recorded was in April 2023. The main reason for this break was me. Yes, I'm the Problem, It's Me by Taylor Swift. In all seriousness, though, I was in the deep throes of grad school and thesis work, and I literally could not find the time to edit or record. But now, with my thesis done, I finally have time to crank through our 20-episode backlog before my final summer session, after which we plan to resume recording new episodes. So we've been watching a lot of movies in the meantime, which means we have a lot to talk about. So we'll definitely have stuff to talk about. Moving forward, the goal is to release new episodes every Friday. This will be on a weekly basis. So as I mentioned, these episodes were recorded literally years ago. So it's possible some of what we talk about is not quite current. But ultimately, if all goes according to plan, we'll have about a 2-month buffer by the time we start recording again, with those newer episodes getting released in October. So by October of this year, 2024, we will be back on 2024 time. So please bear with us as we get back on track and talking about movies we didn't watch again. If you're listening to this, and especially if you have stuck around all this time, thank you so much. I know we really didn't communicate this break at all, so apologies for that. But again, thank you so much for listening. Monze and I really missed recording together, so we're really excited to have this up and running again. And with that, on to the episode.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of We Don't Watch Movies, featuring me, Corinne.
And me, Monze.
Woo!
Dramatic pause for effects.
Today, I thought it would be fun to continue our unofficial dinosaur movie series and talk about Jurassic World, which is the next, because we've talked about Jurassic Park, Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3. What is that one called? I think it's just Jurassic Park 3.
No, it has a name. I'm gonna Google it. JP3.
JP Morgan.
It is just called Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, see?
Wow, that's weird. Okay.
So now we're going to talk about Jurassic World, the next film in the installment, because I've seen it and Monze hasn't.
Of course not.
Between the two of us, we've seen the entire series.
We really have,
Yeah.
and I think that's very, that's great.
Yeah.
Together, we're like one whole person.
Yeah.
Oh, when it comes to Jurassic movies.
Yeah, when it comes to Jurassic Park viewings. Cool. So Monze, what do you think?
You're just gonna hear my mom cracking up in the background of this recording, and that's okay.
She thinks we're so funny. That's like our laugh track.
People complain about me being loud. Am I laughing loud? But it's literally genetic. Like, my aunt is cackling downstairs. My mom is cackling downstairs.
Uh-huh.
My older sister has a great big cackle laugh. I have a great big laugh. Even Jules has a great big loud laugh. So we're just...
Yeah. We're not related, but I also have a loud laugh, so...
Yeah, loud, good time laugh people.
Yeah. People know I'm having
Okay,
fun.
yes.
Okay.
So why haven't I
Why
seen
haven't
Jurassic
you seen this
World?
movie?
Okay, when Jurassic World came out, I still had not seen Jurassic Park. So, I was like, maybe this movie will be the movie that I can watch that will get me over my fear of Jurassic Park. And then I never watched it. So that's just kind of I just never had the opportunity. And then afterwards, it was on TV or something.
Yeah, that movie's
And I was
always
like,
on TV.
I can watch this.
Mm-hmm.
And I started it, And I was like, wait a minute, I don't know if I want to watch this, actually. I don't think I'm emotionally prepared for this, so I turned it off.
Aww.
I don't think I got even a minute into it. Like, I don't remember how it started.
Aww.
Or it could have been at the pen with the lady velociraptors. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So yeah, that's kind of why I haven't seen it.
I see. That's a shame. When did this movie come out? It came out
2015 maybe?
2015 sounds right. I think we were living in, it had already come out when we were living in that North Hollywood apartment.
It was 2015.
Yeah, that makes sense. What do you think happens in this movie?
Okay, so what I think happens. I think that, oh my god, this started itching for no reason. Probably the whatever those people called were like, hey. Do you remember the ones from Jurassic Park 2? Like the people who like tried to kidnap the baby?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They were like, technically we do own this company, so let's bring back Jurassic Park, but this time we're gonna do it smart.
Ooh.
And everyone's like, yeah, you're gonna do it smart. And also, dinosaurs are big, bad money, baby. And, so they, like, reopened Jurassic Park as Jurassic World. And they start off very slow, and they're very cautious in the beginning. And then they're like, hey, wait a minute, we're making big money!
Big money!
Everyone loves this, everyone loves dinosaurs. And then maybe the people that were, like, the original folks that were like, we have to be careful about this, they got pushed out or they left or whatever. So they're like, now we can be as reckless as we want. Like, let's make our dinosaurs bigger and better and stronger, because that's what people want. They want more. So they do that. They start doing that. And Chris Pratt, his character, he's just a cool dude. He's just like a regular guy that talks to velociraptors. And he loves his velociraptor. He's like the big velociraptor guy. Mm-hmm. He's like, but they're so smart. Like, you gotta be careful because they're super smart. And there's those two kids. Those kids are the nephews of that one lady that isn't Jessica Chastain but looks like Jessica Chastain.
Yes.
And the Jessica Chastain lookalike.
Is it Blake Lively?
I don't know their names.
I don't know.
They're all white girls. I don't know their names.
White redheads.
She's like the new like program director. Like they brought her in, and she's like, we're gonna make sure we follow everything by the book. And Chris Pratt, you're definitely not following everything by the book. He's like, I don't care, I'm hot. And she's got these nephews she has to take care of. Like maybe her sister is like, you're working in Jurassic World and you just take them for like a weekend. Like it's been so long since me and my husband have done anything, so just watch the boys, okay? So she's like, okay, whatever. So she's like, run around, children. I don't have time to listen to you. I'm the new program director of Jurassic World. Meanwhile, the scientists are coming up with like some crazy dinosaur, but they made it too smart and it goes wild and out of control. So while they're dealing with that, the velociraptors all get out, and Chris Pratt's like, I'm the only person in the park who knows how to handle these velociraptors. I gotta work with you, Jessica Chastain lookalike. And she's like, okay, but only 'cause you're hot. And she's like, also, my nephews are totally lost in the park. We need to find them. Ruh-roh. So then they're, like, looking for the boys, and the boys are having their own adventure. So, yeah. So then there's, like, the new dinosaurs running around all crazy, and then the velociraptors are hunting the people at the park, and everyone's like, get out of the park! Probably, I bet, like, the fail-safes fail again, like, in the original Jurassic Park. So, like, the fences and stuff don't contain them. So, then all of the dinosaurs are getting out. So, they're like, no, we gotta separate them. I think she gets chased by a dinosaur, like a T-Rex or something. Mm-hmm. She gets saved by hot Chris Pratt. They find the kids, and then they find the scientist that was like, we need to make it bigger and better. And they're like, you fool, hubris! And then maybe they have to kill that dinosaur, and Chris Pratt is like crying these tears. It's like, dinosaurs are beautiful creatures. We can't just kill them. And Blake Lively, if that's her name, is like, whatever. It tried to kill me, and and at the end of the day, they're like, oh no, that was terrible. We'll never let this happen again. And then he turns to the camera and go, wink. And that's Jurassic World.
Wow, are you sure you haven't seen this movie?
Am I really close?
You're pretty close.
Yes.
Also, it's Bryce Dallas Howard.
Who?
I'm learning. The lady.
What's her name?
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh, Bryce Dallas Howard. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
She really looks like Jessica Chastain.
They look exactly alike.
Look exactly
it's ridiculous.
The same.
It's like y'all are just running out of white people because now y'all just are doing stupid doppelgangers.
Yeah, they look very similar. Alright, let me find the trailer. I have not seen this movie in a hot minute.
So you're really going in here well prepared.
Yeah.
While you're searching, you want to see my new notebook?
Cute!
It's little cats doing exercises. They're so cute. One's in a bathtub. That's an exercise. Getting in and out of that bathtub is hard work.
It is. You have to, like, pull yourself up. It's slippery.
It's slippery. Anything is possible.
Like, when you're standing up, you have to balance really well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me know when you're watching it.
Okay. I've opened it up. It is playing.
Okay. I'm watching now.
Hashtag Jurassic World, hashtag Chris Pratt, hashtag Colin Trevorrow. You're gonna have so much fun dying.
That's the Love Simon kid.
The big one or the little one?
Yeah, the big one. I was like, I've seen this
that movie.
face.
I like the actress who plays the mom. I want her to have her like be the star of her own movie one day. That's what I want.
Oh, I don't know that actress.
Because I think she's so funny. On June 12th, this little kid will go to Jurassic World, the park.
I think Nick Robinson is the Love
open.
Simon kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I skip something? I accidentally skipped something. Oops, I skipped like a whole minute.
Did you skip something?
I skipped like a whole minute. There we go. I went back. Is open. Back there.
Oh, my favorite
okay,
part.
they're canoeing or kayaking. A gyrosphere. I think I remember this trailer. There's the big dinosaurs.
What?
The monorail that's definitely going to get broken up. Oh, I remember this scene. The shark.
Yeah.
Rah! Snap. Oh, they in the splash zone. No.
No.
Why would you want to do that? Like, oh my god. Y'all just made a new dinosaur? I'm Chris Pratt. I'm in a vest. We don't trust lab dinosaurs. Is that blood or...
Yeah, that's blood.
Oh no, not Chris Pratt. Some more children need to go to therapy. It's fine. Oh, let me run with the velociraptors on my motorcycle. Let me just ride.
Yep.
Ooh, here's a comment from 6 years ago. I was hoping for a couple returning actors as I love them. It doesn't look like there are. But honestly, after seeing this trailer, I'm pretty excited. I love Jurassic Park, and I think this will be a great new movie. Definitely going to see it. Oh, I like this one. 5 years ago, still give me the chills. Okay.
Alright. Do you want to change anything in your synopsis?
Okay. Okay.
No.
No.
Okay, cool.
And no.
So, this movie
Uh-huh.
is not by any means the best Jurassic Park movie.
No, because everyone knows that's the first Jurassic Park
Yes,
movie.
the first movie is hands down the best one, and it is the best movie in terms of movie out of all of them. But
Mm-hmm.
Jurassic World is, dare I say, my favorite of the movies to watch. Because
Okay.
Jurassic Park 1 is so good that it is too stressful for me to watch often. But Jurassic World is bad enough that I can watch it and not be too stressed out, but it's still entertaining. So Jurassic World is probably my favorite of the movies, even though it is, I wouldn't even call it a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's like on par with like 2012 or Day After Tomorrow kind of thing for me. I'm like, I
Okay.
know this isn't a good movie, but I actually enjoy the dinosaurs because they are my favorite characters, so I'm having a better time with this movie than I would with all the other movies. Because with the other
Okay.
movies, I'm rooting for the humans. In this one, I'm rooting for the dinosaurs.
In
Humans
this
are
one, you're like,
awful.
eat Chris Pratt. Eat
Pretty
Bryce
much.
Dallas Howard.
Pretty
Eat
much.
those two small children.
I'm like, just eat them. Okay, so here's the plot. So we got our brothers. Their name are Zach and Gray. Zach and Gray Mitchell. They visit Jurassic World, which is a dinosaur theme park on Isla Nublar. And their aunt, Claire Deering, Bryce Dallas Howard,
Huh, interesting.
interesting, is the operations manager.
Oh my
Also
god.
interesting.
Hmm.
Yep. So she assigns her assistant Zara as like the boys' babysitter guide,
Yeah.
whatever.
Like in Rugrats Go to Paris,
Yes.
what's her name assigns the other lady to
Yeah.
be the assistant, and of course she and Chucky's dad fall in love. Spoilers for Rugrats Go to Paris.
Yes. She assigns her name's like Coco whatever, like Coco Chanel or something like that, and then
Yeah.
and it's like Kimmy's mom, but I don't remember what Kimmy's mom is. Um, so yeah, so they're like waiting around. The little kid is like super into dinosaurs, and I remember the older brother is like, ugh, whatever.
Whatever, I'm
like,
a teenager. I don't like anything.
Yeah, pretty much. That's like his entire personality, and he's just like texting and kind of interested in girls or whatever. The mom's like, "Can you please just like get along?" Blah blah blah. And like, okay. So like he's noticing his brother is kind of like getting a little bored, or like, I thought we would see dinosaurs. We're stuck in this line. Blah 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 blah. And he's like, "Oh, come over here." So they like escape the guide. So it's like, okay, the older brother's trying to be like a good brother and not have his younger brother totally whatever. So they're in like the ball thing and they're rolling around the island and all that.
The gyrosphere.
The gyrosphere, yes. So
Come on,
somewhere
Colleen.
somewhere
You're
else.
embarrassing me.
Have you seen this movie or have I seen this movie? Okay. So later, elsewhere on this island, former Navy veteran and ethologist. What's an ethologist?
I can look that up.
Oh, it's the scientific study of animal behavior. Okay. So he's
Or
like
you
an
can
animal
look it up.
trainer.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Owen Grady, aka Chris Pratt. He's been training this quartet of velociraptors. Their names are Blue, Echo, Delta, and Charlie.
A quartet. What do they play?
So Blue is obviously the first violinist. It's like a typical string quartet. Echo's the second, Delta's the viola, Charlie's obviously the cello.
Obviously. Charlie for cello.
Charlie
right?
for cello, yeah, and my brother Charlie also plays cello, so it
Oh my god, full circle.
It's just
it all checks out.
And then sometimes Chris Pratt plays piano when they want to do like a quintet and play like
Ooh, I see.
Yes.
Nice.
So he's like studying their intelligence. He's like raised these things since they were babies. He has a very close relationship with them.
Okay.
So based on the raptor's ability to follow commands, the head of InGen Security, Vic Hoskins, believes that the animals can be weaponized. Even though Owen and like his assistant are like, no, they're still creatures, they're not weapons, and they're still unpredictable. You have to respect the animal kind of thing also. This seems morally wrong to use animals as weapons. But I think they go into the whole like they're still erratic. You can't, like, it's still a dangerous animal. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so prior to the opening of the park, because so Claire has brought the nephews over to be like, you're the first ones to see this park, yeah. So Claire and the
Okay.
park owner, Simon Mesrani, inspect the park's newest attraction, the Indominus Rex, which is
Oh
the
god.
Frankenstein dinosaur. I don't like the Indominus Rex. That's my least favorite character in here. I don't care about the humans. I like the velociraptors and a couple of the other dinosaurs. I don't like Indominus Rex.
Okay.
It's just like a they've just created this dinosaur. It does never
Mm-hmm.
existed before. It's literally like a
Yeah.
Franken dinosaur. So this dinosaur was created by geneticist Dr. Henry Wu. I'm pretty sure that's BD Wong from the
From
original
the
films.
original. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So he's like, I created this thing now, yada yada yada. So Masrani tasks Owen with evaluating the enclosure's security. I think Claire went to go get Owen
Mm.
to appraise the security, to be like, do you think
Okay.
this is secure enough? What do you think? Yada yada, because he's
Mm-hmm.
already worked with these velociraptors for the park. So it's
Yeah.
kind of implied that they had a fling a while
Once.
ago.
Okay.
Yeah, when they meet and stuff, and she's like walking over to his trailer by the lake and like high heels and a business suit, and he's like, when did you get so uptight? And she's like, blah blah blah. And it's bad dialogue. Anyways, so Owen tells Claire that the Indominus lacks social skills, making it dangerous and unpredictable. So he's like, you've basically
Uh-huh.
kept this animal completely unsocialized. This thing doesn't
Yeah.
know
So
how to
So yeah,
react
react.
or and yeah,
Act around
exactly. Which
other
is true
animals
of
or
most
like
animals,
yeah.
especially social animals. That's why socializing dogs and even humans is very important. Cats, whatever. So he's saying it's you've got to
Whoa,
really
whoa, whoa! Cats, whatever.
no cats, comma whatever,
Whatever.
etc.
Thank you.
Ad nauseum. So yeah, so he's telling her like, I don't think this is a good idea. And then at one point they're like, oh, we can't find the Indominus anywhere. So they're like we think it's escaped. And they're like, how could it have escaped? So they like send some people into the enclosure.
Of
It's like two
course.
people, and they're like looking to see like, where is it? But the Indominus can camouflage itself and hide its heat signature. So that's
How
why when
can
they're
it hide its heat signature?
I think because of like they filled in the gaps in the DNA with like frog or lizard or whatever, like the same mistake they made in the first movie. They did with this one because they just like made a dinosaur filled with like cool DNA and then they had to fill in the gaps somehow, so they just found something compatible. So this
Of
dinosaur,
course.
because it's a hybrid of like a bunch of different things, they don't know what it's capable of. So it has all this weird abilities. So
Mm-hmm.
I think there are amphibians or reptiles that can kind of lower its body temperature so that it wouldn't be detectable as like alive. So that's like what this dinosaur did because they have like a heat camera in there. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
appear to be in the enclosure at
But
all.
how?
We
But
don't know
I
how it
guess
got
my
out.
question is, how would the dinosaur know about heat sensors?
Well, how do snakes know? They can detect heat by like they have heat vision basically with their tongues. I think it just is like, oh, I can do this. You know, it's so smart, I guess, that it just did.
Okay.
I imagine it's like just testing something and then it worked. So they're like, okay, cool. Maybe it was playing and then people got in and it was like, oh, ho, now I can get out. Kind of thing. Um, Anyways, I don't know. Poor writing. So it lowered its body temperature so no one can see it, and then it just suddenly appears. So of course Chris Pratt survives, but it eats the other two men before escaping. I think this is when he goes into the enclosure and he's like, "Oh, there are these scratch marks." So it looks like it like scratched and climbed out,
Mm.
but it was just hiding. So it made it. Yeah, I don't know. This dinosaur is incredibly intelligent. Has nothing better to do because it's kept in this like goldfish bowl basically. So realizing that it is vicious and intelligent, Owen tells the owner of the park, "You need to destroy this dinosaur." But to protect the company's investment, the owner dispatches a specialized unit to subdue it with non-lethal weaponry so that they can bring it back into the paddock.
Of
But
course.
like pretty much everybody on that unit is devoured and eaten.
Classic.
So then Claire is like, we need to evacuate the northern sector. And then the owner is like, maybe Owens is right. And then he goes to the doctor and he's like, how dare you make this thing? Even though it's like, bro, he made it because you wanted him to make it. Like, come on. Anyways.
He did
So,
what. Yeah.
yeah.
Stupid.
So
Okay.
while the two kids are roaming around in the gyrosphere, they enter like a restricted area they're not really supposed to go in. I don't remember why. I think the little kid is like, we're supposed to stay on the path, and the other kid's like, well, we haven't seen any dinosaurs, so let's go over here. You know, didn't you say you wanted to
He
see a
was like,
dinosaur?
I'm a teenager. I do what I want.
Yeah. She's like, let's just go over here. Um, but then the Indominus arrives.
Of course.
Yes, and is like chasing them and like destroys the vehicle, but the boys just like barely escape. They find the ruins of the original Jurassic Park Visitor Center, so we get a nice cameo. They
Okay.
somehow repair an old Jeep Wrangler and they drive back to the park resort. So, as Claire and Owen search for the boys, they also barely escape the Indominus. I don't remember the scenes with the Indominus, probably because I blocked them out. I just don't. The dinosaur looks scary and gross and terrifying. So good character design, but I don't like looking at it. So then, the owner and the two troopers try to hunt down the Indominus by helicopter, but
Mhm.
it breaks into the park's aviary. So then the aviary's pterosaurs, they're flying out now. They crash Masrani's helicopter, killing everybody before attacking the resort. So
Of
now the
course.
pterosaurs are swooping into the main resort and attacking everybody, including our poor girl Zara the babysitter, who gets swooped up by a pterosaur, and she's like screaming, and it's like holding her and like kind of like biting on her and everything and flying, but then it flies over the water, and then the giant Leoplerodon or Moasaur pops out of the water and then eats the pterosaur and Zara together. So pretty horrifying way to go. Um,
Wow.
yeah, it's literally like the two boys like see her and she's like, "Oh my god, you need to get!" And she gets caught up, and it's like this whole like for no reason. It's like what did she do? She didn't do anything besides like get people coffee and kind of wear impractical shoes. Like I don't understand. But
Impractical shoes?
um but and then this scene is great though because it's like cuz everyone's at like in the amusement parks they have like the gift shops and the little it's like the area where it's like not the rides, it's kind of where you the plaza before you get into the
Mm-hmm.
main amusement park, like
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
where
yeah.
everyone's attacking them. There's a scene where Jimmy Buffett grabs
Oh,
two
yeah, I've heard about this.
margaritas and is like drinking them while running away from the pterosaurs, which is such a great little scene, a great cameo. And I recently saw a Tumblr post where people like didn't know who that was, and they were like,
Mm-hmm.
apparently this guy like sang Margaritaville or something. They're like, what do you mean? Like it's Jimmy Buffett, like what? So it's like a whole people people
Yeah, it's like,
they
yeah, a
don't
bunch of
know
like
who
12-year
Jimmy
olds being
Buffett
like, oh my god, did you know this guy sang the song?
yeah.
And he was holding margaritas, and everyone's like, yeah, that's Jimmy Buffett.
Literally. So and I've seen like a really funny cosplay around. I don't know. That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie. The
Okay.
pterosaurs are attacking. So anyway, so Gray and Zach find Owen and Claire at the resort as armed personnel shoot down the pterosaurs. So like dinosaurs are attacking, blah 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 blah. So assuming Command Hoskins. Who's Hoskins? Is he the hunter? Who is Hoskins? Oh, he's the head of engine security. He's the guy who's like the dinosaurs can be weaponized. Okay. So he
We're going to war.
yes.
Velociraptor.
So yeah, no, he literally is like, we're gonna use these raptors to hunt down the Indominus. So Owen reluctantly agrees, so he's like leading them because he wants to be there with his raptors and he knows them the best. Um, so then they find the Indominus, but then the dinosaurs start like talking to each other, and then Owen is like, "Wait a minute, what is in this fucking dinosaur?" And he's like, "Oh, this Indominus is part Velociraptor." So now the Indominus is the new alpha, and Owen isn't the alpha anymore, even though that's not how alpha works.
That's exactly how it works.
That's not how.
Are you a scientist, Corinne?
More so than these fucking script writers.
Are you a scientist?
Yes.
Did you go to Alpha School? Did you go
Yes.
to Velociraptor Academy? I don't think so.
Yes,
okay?
yes, and yes.
I don't think so.
Monze, there's so much you don't know about me, and that is that I went to Alpha Velociraptor School, and I know how these things work.
Okay, sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can't wait
Anyways.
to see that degree.
The real question is, if he's the alpha, who's the beta and the omega? Where are they? We're just gonna make this full ABO verse. Anyways, so
You took it a whole other direction than I was
did.
taking it.
I did. That's been like trending everywhere. I think it's so funny. The Indominus is the dominant yet infertile dinosaur.
Oh.
Anyways. Okay, that's a lot of dated TikTok jokes by the time this episode comes out. So, yeah, he's like, okay.
Wait, so is Indominus a male or female?
She's a girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, it's a she. So she takes
Guaranteed
away...
she's infertile?
I don't know. I was quoting that TikTok thing. The mutable and submissive versus dominant and infertile. So she's like, I'm the alpha now. And Chris Pratt's like, oh fuck, I'm not the alpha anymore. So the troops like fire on the Indominus, but it escapes. And then because the Velociraptors are now like, we don't take orders from no human anymore, they like eat the troops.
That's right. We only take orders from human.
Yeah. But then Charlie is killed in the chaos. And Chris Pratt is upset.
Oh. I thought Charlie was one of the kids. No, it was Gray and something else.
Gray
Charlie is
the cello-playing Velociraptor.
The cellist, yeah, Velociraptor.
He dies.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's sad.
Wait, so I thought all the Velociraptors were girls. One of them was a guy?
No, I think they're all girls. Charlie can be a male name, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure all the dinosaurs are women, females, girl bosses.
Girl bosses, A!
Top tier bitches. So Charlie is killed. And then Hoskins evacuates Wu and the dinosaur embryos from the island to protect Wu's research. Owen, Claire, and the boys find Hoskins at the lab securing more embryos, but Delta breaks in and kills him. Yeah. So then Chris Pratt reestablishes his bond with the 3 surviving raptors. He's like, I'm your real daddy. I'm your actual alpha. And they're like, you're right. We should have trusted
your
and
real
stayed
daddy. Not that fake daddy.
Don't listen to her. Listen to me.
Don't listen to her. Listen to me.
And then Indominus shows up again. And they attack the hybrid, but our valiant violist and second violinist are killed.
Oh no.
All that's left is the first violinist, Blue.
It's only the soloist now.
It's only the soloist.
With a possible piano accompaniment.
Yes.
By...
she's his favorite anyways, and she's knocked unconscious. Because she's the only one without, like, the stupid military whatever thing. She should be named Bravo, but they named her Blue. I think at one point they asked, who's the alpha? And then Chris is like, me. I'm pretty sure that was a line. Anyways, so then Claire releases the T-Rex. They're like, there's only one dinosaur big enough for the job. So they go to get the OG T-Rex. The park's veteran attraction from its paddock, and they lure it into battle with the Indominus. And this clip has produced my favorite vine, which is Claire with the flare.
Claire
she's running in her high heels and her little spaghetti strap tank top and her pencil skirt. And she's like kind of ripped for, I don't know. And then you hear the screaming coming.
What?
Like,
yeah.
My favorite vine. It's so funny. So that T-Rex like screams at the Indominus. The Indominus screams at the T-Rex. They're screaming at each other. Indominus seems to be, because Miss T-Rex is old, honey. She is a grandma. She is too old for this.
Oh, honey.
Yes. She is just chilling in her pasture, and they're like, come on, fight one more fight for us, baby. And she's like, oh my god, the things I do for you children. So now she's over there, and she's about to be, like, overtaken. But then Blue pops in. She's like, that was a great nap. I'm ready to fight again. So she joins the battle. So now the two are kind of, like, overpowering Indominus. They're bullying her. They're pushing her towards the ledge. And then the Mosasaurus jumps out and grabs her. Miss Deus Ex Machina gets her and drags her underwater.
Yes.
So yeah, so now they've succeeded in killing this horrible hybrid abomination Rex. And then they evacuate the rest of the park. The kids are reunited with their parents. And then Owen and Claire decide to rekindle whatever the fuck they had going on.
Whatever the relationship was.
Yep. So
I see.
that's the movie.
Okay.
Thoughts?
I mean, I wasn't wrong, was I?
You really weren't. That's why I was like, you were very, very, very close. Like, to the point where the things you were off were almost negligible.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's pretty crazy. So the kids really didn't have much. I mean, was their storyline similar to, like, the original Jurassic Park storyline, where they were just wandering around the park trying to get to safety, basically?
Yeah, but they were much more useless. I don't remember them doing anything of value.
Okay.
It's just, we need kids. Because this movie came out in 2015, which was at least 10 years, I think, after the last movie. And the point of this one was to kind of reboot the franchise in a way. So it's like continuing the original one. But I remember part of what I liked about this film, part of what a lot of people liked about this film, was there were so many callbacks and cameos and, like, Easter eggs to the original Jurassic Park. Which I think is why they had 2 kids. Because it was like the original Jurassic Park had it. We want to make something new, but not something that's totally different. So we're going to, like, put this in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sad that they killed the dinosaurs. Like the velociraptors?
Oh, yeah, that they died.
Yeah. Like, even now I'm trying to think, like, did they kill any dinosaurs in the original?
No.
Like, the original trilogy?
I don't think they killed any of the bad ones.
Yeah, I think they were just, like, just bring them back, because, like, we understand they're animals. I don't know. That was a little, like, dang, that's messed up.
Yeah.
And InGen still hasn't learned their lesson. Because they're constantly like, what if we take a baby Tyrannosaurus Rex and then we take it to San Diego and then the Papa dinosaur goes crazy and eats people in San Diego and then...
You'd think they would have learned.
Yeah, you think they would have learned.
Because everything else, it was like, as you were kind of suggesting, that they were like, okay, we're doing it better this time, it's gonna be better. But the owner really is like, herbivores don't sell as much as carnivores. Like, if you go to see a dinosaur, what do you want to see? The fucking Brachiosaurus? Or do you want to see T-Rex? Like, people want to see T-Rex.
Yeah, it's like, when you go to the zoo, right? Like, yes, it's fun to look at the deer or the whatever, the giraffe, right? But also, you want to see the lion, and you want to see the bear, and you want to see the...
Exactly. So it's like... Because they even talk about, like, they made Indominus to meet consumer demands. They want to, like, increase their profit and whatever. So they had kind of like a tenuously working setup, and then they fucked it over by creating something that really goes against nature, because they created something that has no family group, no they made like a Stitch, but imagine if the Stitch was like probably 2,000 pounds and much more lethal, you know? Because it's kind of that. There's a themes and analysis section here on this article.
Okay.
Our director stated that Indominus Rex, the synthetic hybrid dinosaur, is symbolic of consumer and corporate excess. The dinosaur was made to embody humanity's worst tendencies. We're surrounded by wonder, and yet we want more, and we want it to be bigger, faster, louder, better. By Daft Punk. And in the world of the
Bigger, faster, better. What is it? How does it go?
da, 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 da. Yeah, I don't know. Stronger. And in the world of the movie, the animal is designed based on a series of corporate focus groups. I remember that. They were doing focus groups, so they added kind of pick and choose.
What if it looked like this?
Yes.
What if it looked like this?
There's something in the film about our greed and our desire for profit. The Indominus Rex, to me, is very much that desire, that need to be satisfied. Some people have noted parallels between the workings of the park and Jurassic World and of the film and entertainment industry. Actor James Dumont said the person and the environment are one is an obvious theme, another is those who do not stop evil are supporting and encouraging it. There is kind of like an attempted about face with the owner of the park, where at first he's like, no, we have to save it, and then later he's like, okay, no, this is my responsibility, we need to kill it. But that's when he's in the helicopter and he just gets other people killed while trying to go on this like hero mission to get rid of Indominus, when he could have just ended it much earlier. I don't think it truly redeems him, but it seems like he's trying to redeem himself. The film also explores animal right concepts. The Indominus Rex was raised in captivity and in complete isolation, making the creature not fully functional. Trevorrow has cited 2013 documentary film Blackfish, which is obviously about the killer whales at SeaWorld, excellent documentary, as a key inspiration for Jurassic World. They said that Tilikum, who is the orca at the center of Blackfish, which is the one that killed several people, was an inspiration for Indominus Rex, and the public relations and corporate excesses of SeaWorld depicted in the documentary inspired the fictional park in Jurassic World. So, can definitely see parallels between that. So, I would say, while I appreciate the attempt and the desire to explore these themes, the movie is still very much just a popcorn flick. You know, not saying that kind of like a turn off your brain popcorn flick can't touch on themes like that. But it's certainly...
I mean, like, also, there's, right, you who's going in with an intention, but you still have, like, producers, you have the studio, you have all these people, too, right? And then if you, like, test, right, if you do, like, audience test it or whatever, and then you're like, okay, well, they didn't respond well to this, so let's get rid of it, or what if we just went into that because they seem to like it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still an industry you're still trying to entertain, like, at the end of the day, just because, like, you went in there with a certain type of intention, even if it, like, a good intention or whatever. Yeah. Like, it's not necessarily going to come through, or it might just get replaced with something else because it's, like, why are we going so deep in a Jurassic World movie?
Which is ironic considering the whole point of Indominus Rex. Which is funny. It's like a commentary with it, which I guess is why people are like, this is like the film industry. That's 100% correct. I'm just saying it's not that deep. It doesn't come off as that serious of a movie or that deep of a movie. And when it does, it actually tonally feels strange because the dialogue is really not well written. But even with like the original Jurassic World, or Jurassic Park rather, that was an entertaining movie that touched on a lot of serious issues and did it in a way that worked. Like, I think that's definitely a serious movie that was still entertaining. But this movie definitely felt a lot lighter. So, but I still enjoyed it. The dialogue is not great, but again, because it's very dinosaur heavy and you actually have like protagonist dinosaurs versus antagonist dinosaurs and then kind of more neutral dinosaurs. The dinosaurs are my favorite character in the movie, which is why I enjoyed it so much, because then I was looking forward to the creature violence and not like stressed from it. Yeah. So, I guess any other thoughts?
No, I guess. Besides my mosquito bites are killing me. No, I mean, I'm probably gonna watch this movie.
Yeah.
just in general, because my friend wants to watch it.
Yeah.
He's like, we have to watch these before the third one comes out, which
Oh yeah.
I don't know when that one's coming out, so.
Yeah. I think this movie is the easiest one to watch because, like I said, it's not as stressful as the others. I didn't find it as stressful. It's easier to kind of turn off the stress level on it because a lot of it is also very predictable, especially if you've seen any of the Jurassic Park movies.
Yeah.
It's not as like dark and grimy and visceral. Oh, and of course there's the other Vine, the yes with like the dinosaurs that this movie made, where like they replaced the roaring with someone going yes, 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 and then the mosasaur coming up like yes. Anyways, that's another great Vine that came from this movie. This movie just created a lot of great Vine and meme content, which has also had it sit pleasantly in my mind.
That's good.
Yeah. What would you rate this film?
3 out of 5?
Okay.
I kind of stopped listening halfway through.
That's fine. It's a long movie. That's my one really serious one. Yeah, it is a really. I mean, I have several criticisms of it, but the worst one, besides the dialogue, is that it's very long. I remembered it being very long.
Yeah, they keep making all these movies really long, and it's like, they don't need to be.
I know. So, I would give this movie like a 4 out of 5.
A 4 out of 5?
Yeah. It's on the same level as the original Jurassic Park for me. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
The original Jurassic Park is a 5 out of 5.
I know. That one's just a good movie, but I can't watch it that often. But like this movie, I could honestly watch tonight if I wanted to. So.
If you wanted to. But you don't want to.
Not right now. Maybe tomorrow. But, yeah. The next movie, the 5th movie, oh, that's a bad movie. That's my least favorite. That's the worst one. It's horrible.
That's it?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty bad. So I'm curious how the 6th one will go. The 5th one is just stupid. Stupid and stressful. So it's like, it can only be one or the other. If it's stupid, it can't be stressful. If it's stressful, it needs to be good. But it is both stupid and stressful.
Stupid and stressful. Got it. Good to know.
Yeah. So that one's pretty bad. There's just like a part that just straight up doesn't make any sense. I'm like, what? But we can talk about that one next time.
Next time
it's my turn before you watch it, because now I'm on a time limit. Yeah.
Not that much of a time limit. When we watch movies, we do a wheel and we all have suggestions, and then we click and we're like, okay, which one will it land on? Which one will it land on? I watched Speed the other day.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie.
It was pretty good.
I hear
I
that
actually
was a
kind
good
of
one.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's kind of dumb, but I enjoyed it. But yeah, so that's how we watch movies.
Gotcha.
And I always forget which movie I pick. Each week. I'm like, which one was I? Which one?
You should like write it down somewhere.
I'm not. No, it's not going to be. That's not going to be found if I write it down somewhere.
Okay.
Just letting you know now.
Have one of them take notes.
It's hot in here. Let us know what you think about Jurassic World.
Let us know.
Rate, comment,
who's your favorite character? And we'll talk to you next time. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.